Hello, my friends. Today is March the 8th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is a four-card pull for the year to follow. It's a general energy card. It might be an energy that sustains through the year or something that chops it open to make you look at it. Then there is a general challenge, a challenge you might face this year, a particular challenge. Then there is a particular action you can take to stay in balance this year. And then there is an outcome or a synopsis reading. This is the general energy card of the year. It is the fault line. And the fault line asks us to reflect upon sometimes things separate. Tectonic plates slowly grind through and away from each other. Relationships slowly grind through and away from each other. Love sometimes slowly grinds through and away from each other. Sometimes what we have slowly needs to dissolve, crack open, break apart, and dissolve away from us. And we often have attachments to these things. We often have an attachment to these people. We often have attachment to these circumstances. And it's really quite often hard to let go and not find blame and not find resentment and not find fear and not find denial and not find anger and not find great grief. But the grief might be the saving part of all this. So the fault line is saying that something that has been a part of you for a long time is probably going to crack apart this year in a big way. Might alter your scenario. It might alter your landscape. It might alter your love life. It might alter your sense of who you are. And it might bring up old pain and old fear and old abandonment and old prejudices, whatever. But there's something old that says, do I reach out and say, you're to blame for this and you're the fault in this? Or do I reach back and say, I'm the fault in this and I'm the blame in this and I take the pain and the personal responsibility for it and I'm the pain in this, but I'm going to hold myself in contempt. So the fault line says, how much can you keep letting go? This seemed like a natural occurrence that had to occur, that's in line with everything's evolution, and things need to break apart. And do you need to blame yourself or blame another and throw fault around when it's just a natural occurrence? So this is about how much old victimization you want to bring to the forefront and throw out, and how much you can release old victimization and surrender and allow and grieve to heal what is no longer there, what you didn't get in the first place, or whatever is the pain that might be underneath something. But and grieve, the loss of a possibility and the loss of a friendship or a lover or a relationship, of an organization, of whatever it is that seems like it's cracking away, breaking up, and changing our landscape right in front of us. Because when the fault line and the earthquakes happen, it changes the landscape in front of us. So what is your particular challenge? Well, your particular challenge, March the 8th, folks, is to be the fool. Your challenge is to be able to jump into a new circumstance, the ability to leap with joy and courage and inspiration and a sense that it's the right thing to do. I need to go this way. I need to follow this. I need to have a lightheartedness. I need to have, an easy footedness. I need to not be so attached that I can't let go of something and can't move forward from something. But that's your challenge. So on some level, you're going to have a harder time, it seems, laughing about what's happening, or feeling like it's the opening to a new adventure or a new portal, a new possibility. You're gonna have a harder time thinking that you don't look like a fool, and that you've played this in a bad way, and that you or someone else is stupid or foolish or wrong, and it makes them or you look bad. But that's your challenge because this needs to happen and you need to show up this way in order for you to learn your lessons. And the better way often to approach our lessons is through a sense of humor and not through a sense of guilt and shame. So I think this touches some old guilt and shame and fear in you, and your challenge is to be playful and open and surrendered to it, and move through it with a sense of grace and trust and courage and a spark of life. It says, well, it's not done yet and it's not over yet, and magic is still going to happen. And I call in the magic of change, and through my grief do I relieve and release my old attachments to form that I wanted that didn't get, and now I'm open and want to go forward. That's your challenge. To be that open and to be that willing to move forward and move beyond, and trust the flow and do it with lightness and do it with humor. Fool. So this is your action to take. It is the grouse, and the grouse is all about sacred spirals of energy that keep coming back to us. As the grouse dances in a spiral, in a sense of its connection to itself. What is the understanding? Is an echolocation? Is it a spiritual vibration for the grouse? Well, we know what it is for the Sufi warriors who spin. It is a sense of coming into the center, of one's wheel, not spinning on the outside in the chaos, but coming into the center of one's wheel, and coming into the center of one's source, and trusting that no matter what happens on the outside of the wheel, on the active part of the wheel, that at the center it's always still, and it's always quiet, and it's always aware, and it's always going more easily with the flow of things than the outside wheel, where we have a harder time being the fool, where we have a harder time letting go, where we have a harder time not blaming and judging, and calling ourselves or someone else wrong. We have a harder time letting go of possibilities. I think the grouse energy of spinning into oneself and releasing says you have to find a way to quiet your mind, come into your soul, dance your quieting dance, do your meditation, do your reflections, do your things that get you out of head, put you into your body, dance a Sufi dance, spin, do some kind of yoga exercise, Tai Chi, something that takes you out of head and puts you into your body. Get into the sacred form of your body. Go on a spirit journey. Go on a spirit quest. Go on a perambulation. What is that word? To go around, a stupa, a Buddhist temple 100 times. You know, this is about changing your attitude and changing your openness and changing your welcome and creating a quiet portal inside of you that allows change to occur and allows yourself to feel safe and secure as you move over top of destruction, fault line, destruction. Something has broken apart, and now you're left on the ashes. And are you going to rise out of those ashes as a fool, as a Sufi dancer, as a grouse spinning, saying, here we are again in this beautiful lesson that keeps coming back to me, to keep surrendering and keep letting go and keep finding, making a choice to move forward with grace and love and laughter and mirth, and to shine like my inner child shines, not with a sense of naivete, but with an open sense of allowance of vulnerability and allowance of magic and allowance of gold to shine through, and the biggest sense of ourself as as an eternal divine child, who can learn how to not be so affected by the outside world and can come into our own center and be our own playful companions that can go through life with a little more playfulness and love and joy and mirth and honor and trust and a leap into the adventure of life. Ahom Atakwe